Welcome everyone to an episode of the Definitive Crusade. I'm your host, joining the machine Hughes, and joining me as always is the lovely Freyja.
Hi guys, what's up?
Hey, and back from his travels amongst the US of A is of course Matthew the Knight.
I saw, dude. Yeah, I've been traveling, going from different states.
Yeah, trying to find
One-
a place. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. One day I'm in the mountains of West Virginia, camping on a mountaintop, and the very next I'm sitting on the beaches in Florida. It was a nice little vacation. It was the first vacation I've had in quite a while.
Cool.
Quite a while. So it was very nice to kind of take a break and step back.
Cool. Well, welcome back.
Yeah.
Where's my postcard? Exactly. All
It's
right.
on its way. It's lost in transit.
Yeah.
It's hanging out with the cheesecake I never sent you.
Yeah. Very good. All right. So before we get into the comics, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the final trailer for a certain movie dropped over this last week. Have you had
Transformers.
No.
You mean the Flash with
Hey.
Ezra Miller's stupid face?
Well, look, I can't blame the face, but there are other things going on other than.
I can blame the casting.
Oh yeah, that you can do. So, have you seen the last trailer for the Flash movie?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I have not.
Honestly, Keaton is the only thing that makes me want to see the movie. Okay, and Batfleck. Keaton and Batfleck are the only reason I would see that movie. And I'm not going to the theater to see that movie. Ezra Miller is the worst casting choice I have ever freaking seen. His running is ridiculous.
They're running.
His running form. Just please get someone to teach the man how to run properly. Or what is he?
Person.
The person he goes by they them. Teach. Yeah. So because the running is the form is just. It's ridiculous. And I just he is terrible as Barry. I hate it so much.
So I don't know how you feel about this, Matthew, but I think if the Flash movie is a success, it has to be, despite all the troubles and snafus and issues that Ezra Miller has caused. Right? It's got to be because people love the Flashpoint storyline, right?
I think if the Flash movie does well, it's because one of the things, maybe because people love the Flashpoint storyline. I think a big reason why the Flash movie is going to do well is because of Michael Keaton.
Exactly.
Old man Bruce. All right, yeah. Cool.
We need a Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne, and then we could have awesome Terry Crews, and it could be awesome because
Who's Terry Crews?
Not
Terry Crews, but
Terry McGinnis.
Terry McGinnis. I don't know why I said Terry Crews. Maybe because I was watching.
Maybe you've been watching Maverick with that other Terry.
No, I was watching White Chicks, and that's where he's singing the song like do.
I need you.
Oh my god!
So anyway, sorry. I was watching that, and that's why it's stuck in. Sorry, but anyway, Terry McGinnis. It would be amazing because cyberpunk stuff is kind of in right now, and he could do all his stupid slang terms and everything, and no one would care. Sure. I think it right now is the perfect time, and we can use Michael Keaton's appeal to people to be Old Man Bruce. I mean, because even in the show, Old Man Bruce was still kind of kicking ass,
Yeah, I mean, I just want to throw a little bit of a bone of contention into this. Sound like Keaton for Old Man Bruce. Let's not forget that Affleck is supposed to be playing the Bruce Wayne from The Dark Knight Returns, who in himself is an Old Man Bruce.
Yeah.
So, which Old Man Bruce do you want? Do you want Batfleck or do you want Keaton?
Keaton.
I think Keaton would be a good one.
Keaton has a bigger appeal. I think he would draw more people in. I mean, no offense to the actor for Ben Affleck, and I did like his Batman. His fight scenes were really cool in Batman v Superman. I like those, with yes, he's killing people, but I don't freaking care. But I think that would be great. I just want a Batman Beyond movie so much. I would love to have Ink or
oh yes, good call.
or freaking crap. I'm blanking his name, the glowy green guy with the skeleton.
Oh yes, Powers, Derek Powers.
Yeah, Powers. He would be really cool too. Like Batman Beyond has like the greatest rope. Like they're so cool looking. And then you could have like the cheetah people. The people get themselves augmented to look like cats and
the furries.
The furries. I think
Splicers, they're called splicers.
Splices. Yeah. So I think they really should do a Batman Beyond movie, especially with like the technology we have now. We can do it easily, but I don't. And it's just they should, but I don't think they're going to.
Didn't we see a comic book recently with Derek Powers? I want to say there was the. It was definitely the Beyond storyline. It's been a few weeks.
It's the White Knight Beyond storyline.
That one, yep. Derek Powers was the antagonist of it.
For me, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm hoping for, in the Flash movie, I'm hoping that at the end of the movie, Ezra gets flash pointed into Grant Gustin. Because the Flash TV show, I know loads of people who aren't in the comic books, but absolutely love the Flash TV show. And
I've only heard good things about it, yeah.
I mean, fair enough, it's gone on a little bit. For me, it's gone on a little bit too long, and it's always like another speedster that's faster than Barry till he works it out, and I get that, but that's part of the Flash story anyway.
He's a great Flash.
Performance-wise, I don't think he knocked Grant Gustin, and the dude can run. So
yeah, my family, they love the Flash TV series. I actually watched Arrow and all those too. Yeah. My parents then went back and watched Smallville, but they love the Flash series. They stopped watching it after a certain season because it got a little weird.
Yeah, it gets a little bit sciencey sometimes, and the science doesn't. I think the Flash more than anything suffers from being an ensemble cast. As much as Arrow suffered in that season when he was leading his little strike force, it was like, I like watching Arrow for Arrow. I like watching the Flash for the Flash. I don't particularly care about the hanger-runners, especially after they've regurgitated themselves round and now new hanger-runners.
Yeah, so I think they should. It would be smart to have him, but Hollywood has this stupid thing where they keep everyone in their boxes. So because he's a small screen person, they're going to keep him silver screen, and then or whatever the screen is, whatever this the box, the TV screen. They won't put him in the movie. They actually, I think they even said that they didn't put him in the movie because they didn't have space, quote unquote. They didn't have space.
I'm calling BS.
Enough. We have enough for like 2 Batmans and Superman, Supergirls, and everyone else.
Even Marvel had, with most recently Spider-Man No Way Home, had all 3 actors.
I know.
Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland.
Yeah, but they missed Nicholas Hammond from the TV show, so I get.
Yeah, the thing is though he's a TV actor, and they don't want the TV actor to be on the big screen.
That might be
a bunch of bullcrap.
I agree with this, Frey, because I think there is nobody else on this planet who will play Green Arrow the way Stephen Amell will. And if Stephen Amell doesn't get the call when they do a Justice League movie for Green Arrow, there is something hideously wrong.
They're not going
to. What if they call me? What if they call me?
You got to do that crazy workout routine, man.
I can do it. I'm getting back in the gym.
I know you're going to the gym, but like, can you do the like?
Look at these. Come on. I've only got a little ways to go.
What am I looking at?
Yeah.
I see arms.
Right. Hey, check them out. Hey, look, chicken wings are on special today.
Hey, now I'll give you. Good job. You're doing good. You're going to the gym.
Thank you.
Really?
Thank you.
Yeah. I give him a clap. He's going to the gym.
I wish I clap. Oh my god!
Not a clap. I'm giving him a round of applause, Johnny. Come on now.
I'll tell you what, it was all clean, good fun when there was 2 of us. That was 3. It's like, what's going on?
It's chaos.
Yeah.
Right. Enough.
Anyways,
let's get back to the comics.
Let's go to the comics.
There was one point that I was wanting to bring up about about the Flash. Was the most recent trailer the one where they revealed that Kara was going to be in it?
Yeah.
No,
She's
she's been in it quite a few numbers.
Okay, I didn't. Yeah. I have to question what the casting choice on Kara is there, because from what I could tell from the trailer, they cast a lovely actress. I don't remember her name, but I'm sure she did fantastic in the auditions. But when you look at comic book Kara, who is long blonde hair and along the same lines as her cousin, being the country kind of person.
She looks like a stereotypical Kansas City girl, country girl.
Yeah. Why did they hire an actress who gives me more of a emo girl pop punk feel?
She, I don't know.
Like I said, she probably killed it in auditions.
What?
Probably absolutely killed what they were looking for. But
if I may jump in and then Freyja, I think it's because she pretty much physically, at least facially with the dark hair, resembles Henry Cavill from that point of view. And the idea is it's supposed to be a female version of Henry Cavill, not Kara as we know her. You know, and remember the Kryptonian stories is that Kara gets sent to Earth just after Clark to look after him, and then her ship gets knocked off. In the new Flashpoint universe, Kal-El doesn't make it to Earth. So,
okay.
I think, but that's how I see it. Freyja?
So what I saw going around, and I agree with them, is she looks a lot more like what was the character, like the Lana Lang Superman.
Oh, right, yeah. I agree with that.
Like when she was Superwoman, like she had the short brown hair.
The new 52 version, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. At least that's what I think she was called, the Lana Lang one. But yeah, so they could have made her the that version instead of Kara. I don't know why they went with Kara, because they could have gone with her. Or they could have gone with they should have, or they could have gone with what's his name? The black Superman's name is
President Superman?
Not President. Was it
Mon-El.
Him? Was it him? I don't remember all their names, but they could have gone that direction too, and that would have been fine, because I know they wanted to introduce a black Superman, and we have black Superman, and they could have introduced him in this movie. I don't know why
one of which we will talk about. Well, not exactly Superman, but we will talk about a Superman in one of the comics we're going to be discussing today.
It's funny because you remind me of Freyja. You just reminded me, my wife, when we watch movies and we watch the cartoons and everything, and something happens, my wife will look to me and go, "Does that happen in the comics?" As if like what happens in the comics is the real deal, and everything else is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so from my wife, from Mrs. H, everyone, the comics are the true way. Everything else is interpretation.
Yeah.
I was going to say something else, but
and to be completely fair, did we talk about the Blue Beetle trailer?
We have talked about the Blue Beetle trailer. I'm not overly fussed about it one way or the other, to be honest. But Freyja, what do you think?
I liked it. I like the actor. I can't say his name, but I always mispronounce it, and I'm not even gonna bother trying. I liked him in Cobra Kai. I think he's a good actor, so I'm looking forward to it. And I'm a little irritated that they removed him, because wasn't he like based in Texas in the comics?
Isn't he supposed to be El Paso?
Something like that, yeah. And so I was like, well, okay. So then they moved him to California-ish area, and I'm like, why would you do that?
Well, I suppose California's got a huge amount of Hispanic population there.
Not as much. Texas.
Admittedly, maybe not as much as Texas, but, you know,
Texas has its own special area. It's so cool down there, especially during Day of the Dead celebrations. But anyway,
Day of the Dead.
It's so cool.
Yes,
they have so many cool things down there.
I've been in Mexico on Day of the Dead.
It's so cool. But my whole problem is, why does everything have to be in California? Why do they always have to move everything to California? Texas.
Filming rights.
No, it's stupid. But anyway, I'm excited for it. He looks cool. I'm happy that the lesser known characters are getting movies to be, found. So
you say that, but then we don't see it like Batgirl.
I like Batgirl.
I love Batgirl, but we're not seeing the movie anytime soon, are we? So,
no, but then again, I'm kind of afraid of a Batgirl movie.
I'll tell you my Batgirl script down the line, off air, so people can laugh at me. It's fine. Matthew, have you seen the Blue Beetle trailer?
I saw the first time I saw it. I was at a party, so I don't exactly remember all of it.
Fair enough. Fair shout.
A little bit wasted. Can't remember much.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
there was a beetle. He was blue. What can I say?
He used it like a sword. I was like Cloud from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I had the same thought as like Final Fantasy there.
I'm not overly fussed about the Blue Beetle. I'll tell you why. Because it's Scott Snyder, not Scott. What's his name? Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder made Cyborg Blue Beetle in the Justice League movie.
Yeah,
no matter how you cut it, you know, the way he reacts to Superman, his Kryptonian tech is the same way that the Reach react when they see Kryptonian. Nothing to do with Cyborg in the mother box. So, sorry, mate, you've already had your Blue Beetle, and it was Cyborg. You want to reinvent the wheel? Knock yourself out. Not on my dime. I'll wait till it hits the streaming services. There we go. Excellent. All right, books. Yes.
All right. Yes.
We got books.
We got books.
I just thought it should be fair that if we're talking Flash, we should talk Blue Beetle.
No, I agree. That's totally fine. I'm all good for that. I'm all up for fairness. Book wise, here we go. We're going to start off with this. I was going to say beauty, but we'll go off with this one. It feels like I've opened the door because Wonder Woman's getting a creative change in 801, and I said a couple of episodes ago we should look at this to see what's going on. I feel like I've opened Pandora's box, and now we're looking at Wonder Woman too often. It does my head in, but hey ho. This is Wonder Woman 798, written by Becky Cloonan and Michael W. Conrad, who are getting kicked off on issue 800, and they're getting kicked off Batgirls at the same time. So I'd have DC fallen out with Becky Cloonan and Michael W. Conrad. Probably so, because they are writing the new EXO book from Valiant Comics. There you go. Art is by Amanke Nuhalpan. I can never say that right. Colors by Tamara Bonvillain, the coolest surname in comic books. And Pat Brousseau is on letters and has been on Wonder Woman letters for quite some time. Freyja, this was your choice, I believe, was it not?
Yes, it was.
So have at it, my dear. Have at it.
So this book, it just really feels like they're trying to tie it in with the new Shazam movie, and
because there's an advert right there.
Yeah, not even just that. It's the whole fighting of the gods thing and how Shazam's here, and I was like, okay. I despise Wonder Woman's outfit. 100%. I hate it. I think there's a better shot when she's talking to Steve Trevor.
I looked at this book. And it only dawned on me because I caught 10 minutes of it. She looks like the chick from Percy Jackson.
She does.
I don't know her name. I don't know the character's name. My wife likes all that sort of stuff. I just caught 10 minutes as I was walking past to get a beer or something. I was like, and then when I saw this today, I was like, oh, Percy Jackson's girlfriend.
Was it Annabeth Chase? Yeah. That was the live action film that Rick Riordan is like, hey, look, I don't like the way you guys did it. That's my book, so I'm going to direct the new movie. And so he's revamping the series. But Annabeth Chase, who the actress appeared in the movie remake of it had The Rock, it had I'm forgetting all the names.
Jumanji.
I'm great at this. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. It had
The Rock and Dwayne Johnson are the same person. You can't count them as two.
Sorry. I know. I'm forgetting his name. He was in High School Musical. The main character, Zac Efron.
Baywatch.
Baywatch.
Yes,
that movie's hilarious.
She was in Baywatch.
It is a good movie. I must admit, I like
so funny.
She was in Baywatch.
Some people stare in the darkness. Afraid to come into the light. Sorry.
Yeah, but Percy Jackson, it's
there.
Sorry.
It makes sense. It makes sense for Diana to have an outfit that resembles anything from Greek mythology. Yes, from Percy Jackson and the Olympian series.
Have you lost control of your words today, Matthew?
Look,
I
just got back from vacation. I'm still recovering a bit. Just give me,
Book
give me a little bit
good,
of break.
colors good, story
Yes.
good.
Colors are good. I'll agree with that.
All right, Freya. So what
I
else?
do like the artwork in this.
So Freya,
Yeah, I agree.
You're not keen on Diana's costume. What else?
Absolutely not. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Steve Trevor and this other lady are there in a battlefield against the gods. It just
It's a
kind of
warrior.
seems a little weird.
Soldier. And
Okay, against Olympian gods though.
But wherever
Yeah.
Wonder Woman goes, Steve the Simp goes.
I was gonna say he seems like her little puppy dog that follows her around everywhere, like my dog does. I will say I do like the design of the gods. I do not know who Snake Lady is. Does anyone know who Snake? But there's how Snake is in her hair though.
Well,
This lady's like a
Supergirl's got
snake.
blonde hair. Have we not had this conversation?
But if you look at Medusa, she'll turn you to stone, and the reason she's like that is because of Hera. She's not friends with Hera.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hera's the bitch that turned her into the stone creating monster, like because her
not
husband slept
sure.
with her. So
This is the problem with Wonder Woman sometimes is I'm not all fair with all the Greek mythology. So there could be absolutely something fatally wrong with the story about the god doing whatever, and I wouldn't know. I'm like an idiot with this stuff. So
yeah, I don't know, but it's just it. I like the design of Hera. I like how she slowly gets like her outfit gets more and more ripped, and it gets like darker. Instead of like that bright, vibrant green, it turns like this awesome black and gold color. And
Dark Phoenix.
yeah, it really does. But like the story, all I get from the story is that Hera overthrew Zeus because Zeus is a douchebag. So I'm like, good for you, girl. But like Hera being Hera, she's going too far with things and picks a fight with Wonder Woman, and then Wonder Woman gets her butt kicked by Hera, and then Mary decides, hey, I'm going to give you my Shazam powers, and so now Wonder Woman is Shazam Wonder.
She is now, instead of a godling, she now achieves the realm of the gods. It's explained kind of when Atlantiades or whatever her name is comes down and talks with Steve.
Yeah, but now Wonder Woman is like a member of the Shazam family, I guess, which is weird.
She'd make her mind up. She's an Amazon. She's in Justice League Dark. Now she's a Shazammer. What Wonder Woman? Please pick up.
What can't you do?
Yeah,
Exactly. Can you
next issue, she's wearing bat ears.
Yeah, she's got to get a bat outfit now. She's gonna take freaking.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am a wonder.
Wonder Bat.
She's actually the new Robin.
Yeah, she's the new Robin.
Who hasn't been a Robin? All right.
Oh my gosh, yeah, seriously. But I do agree that the art was pretty well done. There are some odd things here and there. The colors, of course, are fantastic. I like the lightning that they got shooting around and the fights and everything. Ares, I'm just, I guess, not used to seeing with his helmet off because I'm like, he's like Chad now. He's a
hunk.
He's a total hunky Chad right now. I'm like, geez, Ares, put the helmet back on.
Hashtag goals. Am I right? Yeah, Ares.
I'm like, don't be attractive, man. Just put the helmet back on and be intimidating. I don't want pretty boy Ares, please. But I do like him in this because he's just sitting back enjoying the fights. Like, hell yeah, cat fight. Cat fight.
Matthew,
war he leads, loves this.
Anything to add to this book?
You know what other character they didn't give any information on? If you go back to when Hera is first descending, there's a giant toothy maw creature.
Yeah.
That doesn't show up at all in the rest of the comic.
It's just there too.
It's just there.
All right. So
what was the point of introducing that if you weren't going to? I don't know. It was. I agree. I agree with Ray. It was fantastic on artwork, coloring, the small little bits and bobs there that could have been probably done a little better, but we're not the artists, so we don't make those choices. But it was still very well done. I made the mistake of reading the wrong book before jumping into this episode, so my brief skim through it doesn't really give me much information on it.
Don't worry, I read it for 20 minutes. I'm no further forward either. So
I do have to say, two of my favorite panels from this book is when Hera and Diane are fighting, and it just shows their face, and it's them like the blood trickling from their mouths and just over their face, showing them battered and bruised. I really liked that scene. I don't know why. It was just really cool to see.
It shows that there's actually damage being inflicted instead of, I'm fine.
Yep.
Just spit out some stuff.
Kaboom! Crack!
Couple of things just to point out for me is that this panel here that we're looking at now, this middle one, I understand the idea here is that you're supposed to extenuate or accentuate body parts to show movement. But come on, who turned her into Mr. Fantastic?
Oh, you're focusing on Hera, but take a look at freaking Wonder Woman.
And the short arm, that's crazy. All right, and the other thing that kind of knocked me about this book, where is it? Here we go, the page before. Right, so Mary wants to give her powers up to Wonder Woman. All right, she says the word Shazam. Now, to me, and all you Marvel fans out there, Captain Marvel fans, Shazam fans out there, please correct me if I'm wrong. But when you say the word Shazam, you either turn from one to the other. That's it. If you say the word Shazam and it does something else, you might as well be saying, I am Groot, and it meaning several different things. I don't get it. I don't understand. Just because, I mean, when the fighting, when Billy Batson's Captain Marvel, he's fighting someone, he'll say Shazam, and the lightning will come down and strike the person, and the person will be knocked out. So then why, when Mary says the same word and the lightning comes down, why does something different happen? If you're going to transfer your power, surely it has to be a different word.
Yeah, I don't know.
Am I making sense?
I could speculate to where it's something kind of like Shazam is kind of like the word itself is kind of like the flicking of a light switch, and that you're directing power somewhere. It's not actually like a light switch, but you're directing power somewhere. So when you say Shazam, it flicks the switch, allowing current to go through, and you can direct it.
So if I flick the light switch off now, my light should stay on because I want to direct it downstairs, right?
Yeah, sure. See, and my lights just came on. See, it worked just fine.
Nice.
We've missed you, Matthew. We've missed you.
Yeah.
Good shout. Well done. So Wonder Woman, you know what? If you're reading it because you're part of the Lazarus Planet thing, you know what? That's an event that's over. I don't understand why this is still going on. Freyja's absolutely nailed it. Absolutely bang on right. It's a tie into the movie that's kicking around right now, which I've not seen. And I've had a choice of going to see that or Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going for Dungeons and Dragons. So that tells you exactly where my head is in relation to that. Before we get into our next...
see which one I'm biased for.
Garfield? All right, on that note.
Garfield? No. I can't see.
D&D.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I see.
With my Demogorgon here and my handbooks and dungeon guides.
I was distracted by the Digimon plush.
Yeah, that is Agumon. Agumon.
Yeah, I was like, it's Agumon.
But here's a goblin. Here's a little goblin. So
I'm an anime nerd, so if I see anime crap on someone's shelf, I'll probably know what it is.
Oh my god!
You should see my game room. It's just full of stuff.
Full of stuff.
Why I hide.
Matthew, you've been away a couple of pods or so I'm not sure if you've seen this. We have a new advert.
Yeah.
We do?
Would you like to see said advert?
Oh wait,
I would love to see it.
Would you really? Here we go.
I love it. I love it. I was sitting there like, yeah, I'm vibing.
Oh, we can see. Don't worry, we can see.
Oh, I know you guys can see.
Just remember, just one thing. I just want to point out one thing to you, just so you know. You know the old timers advert with Bud doing his little old timers dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He used to do that when the theme song was running. So I managed to capture that. Just saying.
Use it if you want. I don't mind. I'm already putting my face and opinions out here to the rest of the world.
That's true.
That's the worst that can happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I might as well see a bad dancing as well. It's fine. All right. Okay. Next up is the long-awaited return of Matthew's choice, and this is the stinker that he picks to go.
And what a stinker I picked! It's great.
So this is Riddler Year 1, number 4. It's part of the Black Label book, written by Paul Dano, who is the Riddler in the Batman movie. Stefan Subic is the artist. Clayton Cowles has been pried away from Marvel for a little bit and provides the letters. I don't normally do this, but we will have to say that the cover is by Bill Sienkiewicz. So if you're a Bill Sienkiewicz collector, then hey, this cover's just for you. Matthew, why on earth did you torture us with this book?
Well, first thing I'd like to say, the TLDR version is
what's a TLDR?
It's too long didn't read.
Too long didn't read.
Too long didn't read version is essentially the Riddler it's his origin story of starting how he got bullied in school, the promise that was given to him by Thomas Wayne to help make things better, and then he got murdered, and he got angry because he got murdered and didn't fulfill his promise.
Yeah, because Thomas went out that day to get murdered.
Yeah. But this is definitely an interesting book in my personal opinion. It's not the best book that I've picked out. Definitely not. The art, even like the artwork, there are some things about. I'm actually very opinionated on the artwork in several of the books that we've chosen today, unlike usual. But there are several different design choices here, such as the water splotch style artwork here. I'm not a big fan of. Like, it has its uses, don't get me wrong. When it's used sparingly in different scenes, it can be really cool. But throughout a whole book that focuses on so many panels, oh my God, there are so, like, as you're scrolling through, as we can see, there's just, each page has 7, 8, 9 panels per
24.
page. It's a lot. It's a lot. And like I said, when the water splashing artwork is used sparingly, it's really cool. It can be really well done. But throughout a whole book like this, it's a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Painful.
Overkill.
To try to read through. Especially in scenes such as there's a scene where Edward is essentially being forced to kill a turtle.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That one... didn't like it, but essentially Edward, like I said in a little bit before, it's kind of his origin story. He's at an orphanage. They've broken the news that his mom has died recently, and so he has nobody except the people at the orphanage to care for him. There's no choice or no chance of him possibly meeting his biological parents because they're both kind of he doesn't talk to the others. He's very quiet. He's good at math. We even actually see kind of a cool scene where he's mixing chemicals together to make a nightlight that he can read underneath the covers of his bed and, read books, read newspapers, whatever. So it is showing that he's an incredibly smart and intellectual individual. But there are definitely scenes here that point to him becoming, mad. There are scenes here that showing the depravity of the orphanage that he's staying in, such as one of the, I don't remember what his position is, but one of the leaders of the orphanage is saying, shortly after Edward gets bit on the finger by a rat, he says, "Edward, come here. The best way to kill a rat is to drown it. Make Edward drown this rat that bit him." Yeah, but like murder the rat like that. Also, the scene where the other kids are like, "Oh my god, it's a turtle! I've heard their shells are super tough. Why don't we test out how tough it is?" And they proceed to throw rocks at it. And then when they see Edward, they force him to beat this poor animal to death with a rock. So it is dark. There are a lot of scenes. So if animal cruelty is not for you, this is not the book of choice, my guys. I think it's a good story. Like, it has the dark twist to it. I think it's a pretty nifty little insight as to, you know, Enigma's origin story as a child, which we have seen a little bit before, but none that I can see off the top of my head go into really big detail. I know in the One Bad Day book, he does a whole monologue and speech upon how he was raised, but we don't actually get to see the details of him being raised in this orphanage, which is provided here. And I think it's a really cool little, story. Its artwork is hard. Oh my god, Thomas Wayne here. Oh my god, he looks like a poorly rendered PS1 character.
And this is there is that. Freyja, this I don't know how you feel, Matthew. You've been eloquent. You've explained why you love this or like this book. I get it. You're absolutely right. There are some massive uncomfortable parts in this book. The turtle scene, for example, some of the art. Your PS1 rendering of Thomas Wayne is absolutely spot on. But Freyja, this is based on the Riddler from the Batman movie.
Yeah.
The Robert Pattinson. Now, given in fact that this is a movie character, not a comic book character, and that the second movie could wipe all this away, is this not just an ego piece by actor Paul Dano to satisfy some sort of creative urge?
Is he on this? Let me see.
He's the writer.
He's the writer.
It's his Riddler that's the feature of this book.
So he's the actor and he wrote the book.
It's one of these books. I didn't make that connection.
I did not either, but now everything makes sense. So my issue, I don't, and I've said this before, I don't particularly like when the actors of a character write a comic for their character. Because it does feel like an ego trip, because it's their character. They want them to be like the coolest, the bestest thing ever, and I get that, but no, I don't like it. And also
I get that, but no.
Yeah, just because it feels like a ego, that my character's so cool, me type of thing. But also something else I don't like that has nothing to do with the actors is I don't like comics that tie into movies or TV shows, because then it feels like they're being lazy with the movie, because I shouldn't have to read a book to understand my character in a movie. That's your job as a writer for the movie, is to make me understand these characters, not to create giant plot holes that then you just fill in with comics. I don't like that. Normal people are not going to go out and get these books and be like, oh yes, that makes this more sense. And the normal people are not going to do that unless they're a super fan of the movie. Normal, everyday Joe Schmoes, whatever, are not going to go and buy these books. And I don't like them. It also takes, because also I feel like it takes away time and energy from other books that deserve the time and energy. And the funding, because sorry, yes,
I just wanted to ask a quick question.
Yes,
kind of going off of that, how do you feel about movies that are based off of books?
So I want
just one good one to bring up is To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, that
very famous book, very famous movie, but there are a lot of things that the movie was not able to cover due to either time constraints or due to sensitivity issues that they just couldn't show on film that are in the book.
See, and the difference is that the books existed before the movies, and so they're adapting something that already existed. My issue is that when they create a movie, and then because they have all these plot holes from lack of a eloquent way to say it, being able to write it properly or to have a coherent story, they then fall back on like a crutch, these comics, to explain their failure in the writing of the movie. Sorry, I could say it better, but
no. I think I think I kind of agree with you on this one. I love the Batman movie, the R-Part Batman movie. I think it's brilliant. I think it's got some lots of decent bits. I think it's 20 minutes too long, as I've said to anybody who asks me. But at no point during that movie did I think to myself, gee, I wonder what made the Riddler turn out like that. Yeah. I don't need to know. I don't care. So if I don't care enough in the movie about it, why should I be dropping black label prices to tell me something of a character that only exists in a very specific universe? Matthew, you mentioned the One Bad Day. The One Bad Day Riddler book is by far the best One Bad Day Batman book out that whole run. By far.
Debatable.
By far.
I like the Ra's al Ghul one better, but the Riddler was really close. So I've said that.
Yeah, you have. So for me, I got more enjoyment out of the Riddler there than I did here. And in fact, this is just this dates itself because it's tied to the movie. So if the movie in 5 years' time, everyone talks about Michael Keaton being the Batman, but I was there in 1989 and people penned that movie. They said, oh, it's terrible. There's this, there's that. The ending makes no sense. Why does the Joker have to kill Batman's parents? Lots of people hate the movie. Now, through on 20 years later, everyone's like, yeah, the movie's great. It's the best Batman movie ever. In 20 years' time, people are going to say, oh, that Patterson movie's not that great. And then you're going to have this lame ducks attached to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
But Matthew's raised an interesting point. Yeah. I often say I hate watching DC animated movies when they're advertised as an original animation movie when it's based off a comic book. It bugs me. So Matthew, that's a really good point to make as well.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just a personal thing. People, if you like it, good for you. Like, you enjoy what you enjoy. It's just, and I do have issues with book adaptations too. But because they are adapting a book, I kind of give them leeway because I'm like, well, it's a book, it's big, you're trying to fit all this information into a movie or two, so I'll give you some leeway. That's why I enjoyed the Harry Potter books, but I also really enjoyed the Harry Potter movies, and I love the Lord of the Rings movies. I even have the extended versions of the Lord of the Rings movies, and I watch them all the time. And even though they miss out on things and they change things, they were still really well done. They didn't have, they kept the plot holes very small and minimal. So it's just, so sorry, I'm not very good at explaining myself.
No, you're doing great. I will say this, from a time constraint point of view, we are going to drop one of the books that we were going to talk about. No, it's fine. No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm sorry, guys. It's my first day back. I'm a little long-winded.
Oh my God. To be fair, we talked 20 minutes about the Flash trailer, so that was...
sorry.
So we are going to jump to a book that both I and Freyja wanted to cover. We're going to cover off this beauty of a book. Beauty's in the... it's Green Arrow #1 of 6. And this is written by Joshua Williamson, who's trying to be the next... I've lost his name.
Oh, now you know how I feel all the time.
Jeff Johns. So he's going to try to be the next Jeff Johns. Sean, I can't say this, Izaxi is on art. Romulo Fajardo Jr. is on colors. Letters are by Troy Peters. Now, everyone knows I'm going to pick this book because it's got fishnets.
Yeah.
He saw the cover and was like, yep, this one.
Oh, to be honest,
immediately.
I did see this cover, but unfortunately the one that I purchased wasn't that cover. I actually picked up the Frank Choi cover, which was this beauty.
Look at that.
Even better.
Beautiful.
Top quality.
I love her.
It's strange because I got this from the Dark Knight in Darlington, and the guy put it with the standard cover, and he was like, I thought you'd ask because you know what? There is a different version. You pulled this out. I was like, why did you not give me this first?
Yeah, but
But
you should know.
yeah, it's like, come on, man. You know, I almost there's a book out right now. It's just all art, no. It's like a quirky comedy book, and there's a version that's like got Harley and the Joker on, and there's a version that's got a Zatanna picture on. I almost bought the Zatanna version, even though I have no care whatsoever. She's not even in the book. So, Fishnet Tuberalas, that's all I'm saying. Freyja, you wanted to cover this book, so start us off on this one, please.
So I guess someone's screwing around with the Hawk family and teleporting them everywhere. So away from each other. So I enjoyed this book. The artwork and colors were fantastic, I'm gonna say. I love the colors. I always love the colors, but the colors were really good in this one. I think the art was really well done. Like I said, I could really go in and nitpick like little teeny tiny things. But I did enjoy it. Cheshire Cat, she's adorable. I like her. She's just cute. However, so Connor Hawk, I have a questions.
Okay.
Questions.
So is that okay? So that's supposed to be Green Arrow's son, right? Is he like biologically his son or adopted son?
Is that not biological through shadow?
Is it?
I don't know.
Because I'm looking at him and I'm like, is this like Black Canary and Green Arrow's son? No, he's just.
Oh, sorry, apologies. Connor Hawk is the son of Oliver Queen and Sandra Hawk. There you go. After his father's death, he became the second Green Arrow. I know what you're asking next.
Okay, because I was
you asked me who Sandra Hawk is now, aren't you?
No, she's I'm looking her up right now, and I was like, oh, okay, now everything makes more sense. Former lover of Oliver Queen. Daughter of Nathan Hawk, a Korean war veteran.
There you
go.
So
he's a cattle rancher in Idaho. All right. So okay, that makes so she's Korean? Or no. Anyway. Korean veteran. Never mind. My brain just went. Okay. So, anywho, not Korean. She's African American, I guess. Right?
Yeah. It's like a quarter thing. So Connor Hawk, I've got it here, is I've just had it here actually. Connor Hawk is something like quarter Korean, quarter African American, half Caucasian.
Okay. Because I was looking at him and I was like, okay, so either you need to ask Black Canary some questions or because I didn't know. I was like, wait, so that's his son, but who's his mom? If his mom is freaking Black Canary, Oliver, you need to ask her some questions. Yeah. But okay, that makes more sense.
Real time.
I was like, it's that meme. It's just that meme that pops up. Like both parents are white, but the baby's black. But anyway, it's just I was like, okay, yeah. So that makes sense. So I like the Hawk family. I like how they're getting more screen time, I guess, book time. Because everyone has their family. There's a Flash family, there's a Super family, Bat family, and then, the Aqua family. But you don't really see the Hawk family, which I am happy to see now. And like I said, Cheshire Cat's cute. The story I'm a little confused about, but I might go back and read a bit about what's going on. I love.
You need to read Dark Crisis, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I vaguely remember Dark Crisis. I don't really, but I love Oliver Queen with the scruff. I love the beard look on him.
Oh, thank you.
But then I like the scruffy look. It's nice.
You said on him, Johnny.
Yeah, I said on Arrow, but it looks good on you too, Johnny.
Yeah, whatevs.
It does. It does. So I enjoy him with the beard. I also like Aquaman with the beard though too. So I just not Batman though. Batman looks weird with the beard, and so does Superman. So keep those two clean shaven.
Beards are men's version of makeup. They help hide their face.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a blonde beard thing you've got going on.
No, because like
I like how you have to think about that.
No, it's not. No, it's just Superman because of his personality and everything. Like the clean shaven just kind of fits him more. And
like
then
Thor's beard.
I do
Blonde.
like Thor's beard. Yes, I do.
Blonde.
But I'm thinking.
Do you like Steve Rogers' beard in the Avengers movie?
No, he looked gross.
See, he's not blonde, so see what I mean? I'm getting out.
I like Jason. I like Jason Momoa with scruff too. I liked him with the.
Well, that's Jason Momoa. He's an outlier. Okay.
Jason Momoa looks good with everything he does. Like, just gonna say that right there. That
He's a
man,
handsome fella.
That man is so attractive. He's like my ideal man, the fantasy man that.
Anyways, comic books.
Comic books. I enjoyed the story. I think it's great. I think the Arrow family needs more love and more attention. So I am looking forward to the rest of this series.
Cool.
There you go. And Cheshire Cat's adorable. Look at that. Look how cute she is.
Cool. Right, Matthew. What did you take? What was your?
Yeah, it's decent.
It's a book.
It's a book. It's a book. You know, I was very vocal about the last one, but this one, it's a book. I'm confused as to like. I do have to say before I go into why I'm confused. It's very theatrical, like 90s movie theatrical. Like, so I bet you're wondering how we got here. Kind of a feeling because it starts out with Oliver being like, "Oh, not again," and he's smashing the water, and then he's like, "Hold up, let's take a step back here. I bet you're wondering how I got here." So, anyways, my family, and then he goes into all these green pets.
Kids, do you want to know how I met your mother?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Pretty much. And so it was very movie like just cheesy movie like, but trying to read it, which it makes sense from how they're trying to tell the story. I'd give it a solid 5 out of 10 as to how comfortable I am with it. Because it's a comic book. I don't want to read a comic book and be like, yeah, this would make a, I would rather see this as a movie adaptation rather than just trying to read it as a book. I don't know. It was weird. But anyways, I'm confused as to why he's here. I didn't read Dark Crisis either. So I don't know where he's at. I don't know why he's waking up here. And I don't know. I don't know why everybody got teleported and Cheshire was like, "You have to find Amanda Waller." "Oh, there's a teleporter. We can make our way back." And Granddad was like, "Nah."
We can never go back.
Right. So obviously there's a mystery. There's a reason why he's here. I personally loved this opening panel. The whole idea that he thinks he's stranded on Lian Yu again is like just that whole that sort of feeds into his origin story. Yes, it's something different when you get to see that he's on an alien planet. Why is he destroying the teleporter? No idea. The art, I was all right with the art until one panel ruined it for me.
Also, why is Red Hood here?
Why
just
where's Red
if you go back one, why is Red Hood there?
There you go. This panel. If you can't draw a sexy woman in fishnets, then don't draw the book. It's that simple. Does great job here on this one, but that one, what the hell's going on there? No idea.
I knew you were gonna say something about that panel. I mean, when I saw it, like that looks weird.
That looks awful. I could draw better than that.
No, there's something going on. I don't know what it is though. It's her legs mostly that bother me. That lower half.
They're just that leg. She should be more leaning forward, so that knee could be bent. That leg would then be stretched backwards, and therefore that would give us some more lean. As it currently is, it's like I have no idea what she's trying.
Why is she like turned like
to
scream to scream this way?
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense to me.
Because that's the rule of the broken back comic book, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're right. Never face the enemy when you attack them.
Yep.
Yeah. Never face the enemy when I can turn at an awkward angle and show my boobs and ass at the same time.
Yeah, especially when you're Nightwing.
Just saying.
Yeah, it's a superhero pose.
Apparently the ladies in his gymnastics class think he's so hot that they gave his butt cheeks different names. that is canon.
Oh, poor Nightwing. He gets sexualized way too much.
Interested to see the Manhunters again.
Yeah.
These are the Manhunters from Green Lantern Law, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Obviously that'll tie into what's going on, where he's at and stuff. I'm interested to see where this goes. My only concern is that Green Arrow, for me, doesn't suit cosmic stories. Green Arrow works best when he's a little bit more urban.
Yeah, it's like putting Batman in space. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about that yet until it plays out. But if this leads into a new series for Green Arrow, I'm all for that. I mean, after all, Power Girl's getting a new series, so why not?
Power Girl. Boob window.
I wonder if they're going to give her the boob window.
They better give her the boob window.
They've given her the boob window. It's the same outfit that was wearing the Action Comics.
Yes!
So
yes.
Team a book with Fire and Ice, so there you go.
Heck yeah. I love her.
Yes, me too. Right.
Being honest.
I'm not wrong, I'm being honest. Yeah. There you go. So, a flash conversation, 3 comic books, The Return of Matthew, and the Power Girl mention. What more could you want in a podcast?
And we didn't have to discuss Action Comics, which is the one I was about to be mad at.
Oh, jeez.
I am good.
I'm just happy we didn't have to talk about freaking Tim Drake Robin again. I'm happy I didn't have to read that. I'm so sorry, Matthew.
And this is a lesson to read our Twitter chats. All right. Excellent. Freyja, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Matthew, welcome back.
Yeah. Good to be back. Yeah, and look, we got through this whole thing without a single old person joke.
Yeah, we did good, Johnny.
We did good, Johnny.
And yet you mentioned it now. Straight
yeah, at the end. I was waiting for the end. I had to.
Whatevs. All right.
Whatever.
Whatever. All right. Don't forget to check out the new CPM for all your favorite shows, including Freyja.
K-Pop Cosmos, where we talk and highlight groups and soloists.
Excellent. And if you like TDC, don't forget to check out the Marvel version, the No Prize podcast, which is all about Marvel Comics, the MCU, and of course, Disney Plus. Matthew, I'm sure you have something magic gathering in the wings.
No, I do not. Johnny and I are on an indefinite break. Josh. Oh my God, Josh. Josh has a lot going on in life, and I also have a lot because I just started DMing a D&D campaign, which is taking up a lot of my extra time and planning. So go check out the Pocket Dragon Pub over on Twitch and YouTube. We're trying to grow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Shameless self-plug here. Like I said, I'm DMing. It's fantastic. The first episode is up, so if you want to go check it out, please do. It was a lot of fun. It was a hot tub episode, so great way to break it in. Hot tub.
I have no idea, and I don't want to know. Thank you very much.
I should do a hot tub one.
I most certainly should.
I will. I will have the best outfit too.
Hot tub live stream.
Hot tub live stream. Yeah.
I've done that. I've got to ask. Is what I think is a hot tub like the thing that I think it is?
Yeah.
You do the pod sat in a hot tub.
Yes.
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 A hot tub episode for D&D is something different. It's a way for characters to kind of just intermingle, chat, and role play amongst themselves rather than doing anything oriented to like combat or dungeoneering or anything like that. It's kind of a relaxed episode, so that way it's a good way to break the audience in to their characters, to who they are, how they play with each other, and for my players to just have a good time and have fun.
I think I prefer Freyja's version.
I will do a hot tub stream. I just need to figure out one piece or two.
One.
One piece?
One piece. Yeah.
All right.
It's a good anime.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
Excellent. Whilst we take ourselves off for that cold shower now. Thank you, Freyja. Thank you, Matthew. And as always, I've been your host, Johnny the Machine Hughes. Adios.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.